Let's make a video. Yeah. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I was going to clean up my phone and maybe do a hybrid at the end of this. We'll see. So, governments don't want well informed, well educated people capable of critical thinking. That is against their interests. They want obedient workers, people who are smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept it. Well, isn't that just fantastic? Isn't that the pretty much Joe Biden treatment right now we're going to receive? Isn't that just fantastic? I mean, right here, Joe Biden promises rich donors he won't demonize the wealthy if elected president. Now, what does he mean by that? That Joe Biden isn't gonna demonize the wealthy if elected? Could it have anything to do with George Carlin back there and what he was saying about how we have owners? Because no one's standard of living will change. Nothing would fundamentally change, the former vice president said at New York fundraiser on Tuesday. Well, isn't that just fantastic how he comes out and blatantly admits everything that I've been saying, been memeing, and been pretty much proving this whole time? No one has any choice. It's what they want, what our owners, what the masters want. So when you see things like this, combined with things like this, people can project all day that Donald Trump is some kind of, what did they say? Oh, yeah, he's not a shill. He's not a puppet. Right? Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. And then, I forgot why this was on here, but then I remembered that Geordie Rose and the D-Wave Demons and the Lovecraftian Old Ones and even Stephen Hawking warned about what Geordie Rose and all these people were doing over here in communication with interdimensional demons and everything like that. That's pretty... He feared what they were doing at CERN. Just let that sink in real quick. And then, one of my favorites right here. Mitch McConnell collects cash with pioneer of outsourcing, Mitt Romney. It was like almost a two-for-twofer back there, like how I did the original one, Today, Mitch McConnell proudly chums around with Mitt Romney, the infamous pioneer of outsourcing. Mitch and Mitch are the perfect pair out-of-touch politicians who choose personal profits over people. Well, isn't that just more truth and enlightenment than we're all going to get in one day, aren't we? Look at this. Mitt Romney penned a 2008 op-ed titled, "Let Detroit Go Bankrupt." Well, isn't that just the most patriotic thing you can just read all day? Whatever you think of Mitt Romney and Bain Capital, you can just think of Rush Limbaugh right behind that. I mean, isn't this just beyond sick right here? Look at China and India. Who are we seeing in the news right now? Who's going over there to the middle? Who's getting involved? India right now, along with... This is just the most unbelievable... We're just going back in time. Resurfacing over here. I mean, can you just really believe that they play the same scam over? If you're not familiar, these are all the things that Bain Capital owns. And just like how this article goes into, you'll notice that all these businesses are going under. Or so they say they do. Because you know what they do? They scam it. They let it go out of business, and then they profit off of it 3 times fold. Because if you saw Toys R Us is coming back. That's not a coincidence. I knew that was going to happen when you saw Bain over here, because look at this. Bain knowingly and farsightedly made strategic investments, just like everyone else right now is making strategic investments with the future of capitalism in the Bilderberg meeting over there, which grew into some of the largest outsourcing and offshoring profit gathering, that the United States and everyone could possibly imagine and scan through. I mean, look what this says right here. More than doubling its investments, the stock plummeted shortly thereafter. Well, isn't that fantastic? Yeah. Remember what I said, how it's easy for them to just spy on business meetings? Remember how I said it was nothing for the NSA, CIA, FBI to go spy on some hedge funds and get all those business deals and everything through? So when you see Rush Limbaugh, and you see Bain Capital, and you wonder why Rush Limbaugh has no idea what's going on. You wonder why he reads news that's a week old and keeps all the old boomers passively pacified. Yes, it's all obviously right here. All the steel tariffs and everything that you see right now, it is all a lie. It is all to help further and enrich the establishment. That's all Donald Trump is doing with the steel tariffs. Guess what? Bad news bears. Hate to break it to you, but Donald Trump isn't anything more than helping Bain, Romney, and all the other establishment retards get rich like he's always been doing. I mean, it's truly incredible. This is why Rush Limbaugh will never do anything. This is why you will never see anyone do anything. As long as Donald Trump continues to golf with Lindsey Graham, Rush Limbaugh, and the rest of these jackasses, you better believe nothing will change. You better believe that he's just going to continue to be a pathetic Just on that sole basis, I don't want to vote for him again. I'm not even kidding about that. I don't want Mark Levin. I don't want Rush Limbaugh. I don't want any of these Reagan boomer retards anywhere near advising the president anymore. I don't want Ivanka. I don't want Jared Kushner. I don't want his effing family or anything over there anymore. I can give a shit about what the first lady does. We don't even need one of those. Beyond pathetic. You know what we need? We need an effing leader over here to restore our nation, for crying out loud. I mean, it's truly effing believable. Look at this. Same scam, same everything. Elections have consequences. Winners make policies and losers go. Really, is that really Mitch McConnell saying right there? Considering how we won three agendas over here, we can't even get pushed through, but yet amnesty and all their BS and everything that the masters want. Oh yeah, and I promised that Ouroboros, and I never delivered, so I'm delivering right now. Yes, when you go back there, it looks like the Ouroboros. Here's the head of the dragon of the Ouroboros when you see it back there. So when you look at the outer outline of the shell, you know, it wraps around South America and it comes back to that dragon head right there. So you can see that the Earth itself has an Ouroboros. Is that why Antarctica is so mysterious? And yes, if you want to support me and help fund me, because I need it. I'm a whore. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a whore. You can donate to my Bitcoin. I do Bitcoin mostly. Let's do Bitcoin. I'm one of those only people who's like pro doing Bitcoin, because you want to know why? Hold on. Yeah, this is the hybrid part where I left off at. But yeah, if you want to support and help donate Bitcoin and stuff like that, because, you know, that's the future. They said so at Bilderberg, the future of capitalism. Russia, China, all the other digital currencies you see coming out and everything. It's all part of the plan. So yes, I need Bitcoin, so please, if you want to donate me Bitcoin, I accept Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, whatever else that I linked on. I only put 4. Because I believe those are the only 4 main ones that are going to like continue on to be real currencies. And I don't even think all 4 of those are going to last. I know Bitcoin will be there forever, because I remember Bitcoin when I was hanging out at 4chan and people were just giving away Bitcoin. I should have just done the Bitcoin thing when I was just a child and I had no idea, but whatever. It was like one of those moments, because, you know, people were just begging for them. Oh, every thread you saw was like a Bitcoin thread. Like, oh, just give it Bitcoin here, Bitcoin here. And now look where it's at. Isn't that crazy? So when you see like all those other rich people who say like Bitcoin isn't going to go anywhere, you better believe it is, because that's the plan. That's the agenda. How else can you get the mark of the beast? People just act like it's not real. People act like you have a choice. People act like there's a future or something. There is no future. You know what there is? There's the agenda. There's the plan. Made a video on that one too. So what else is there? What else is there? What else are we going to talk about? We talk about how Donald Trump didn't do anything? How he never does anything? Are we going to talk about that agenda again? Or remember, he already told us the truth. They're working behind the scenes. They have their own agenda. They have their own plan. They're going to just release it. They're going to, whatever, spoon feed it to Rush Limbaugh and all the other idiots. And then they're going to have them, like, sucker in the Trump base to agree to, you know, bigger government, more, less individualisms, more wage slaveness, more illegals, more immigrants that nobody wants. Nobody even wants legal immigrants coming in here. Guess what? Our country's effing full, and it's time to start removing a bunch of individuals who shouldn't even be here in the first place. And then you know what? We're shutting down immigration for 100 years. You know what you should do? No one should vote for Trump unless he orders and authorizes that there is no more immigration for 100 years. And you know what? Those people who won't pass that or anything, that's because they're bought and sold out. That's because they're owned by the corporations. That's because they're foreign interests and everything. Guess what? Removed immediately. If we had a real FBI, if we had a real NSA, guess what? Those votes wouldn't matter. They wouldn't count. Guess what? We're shutting it all down. Whether you like it or not, it's all being shut down. You could do that. Guess what? If you actually restored our election infrastructure, if you actually restored everything, guess what? I almost guarantee you that no one who's corrupted would win. All you would need is normal human beings out there to run, and guess what? They would win. Guess what? As long as you just get some yeses, that's it. Remember, I already said this. You don't need a political agenda. You know what we really need? We need punishments. We need someone who's going to do 4 years of punishments and cleaning stuff up. We don't need a political agenda, believe it or not. We don't always need a political agenda, believe it or not. We don't always need Congress in session, believe it or not. We don't need half these retards, believe it or not. We don't need a House of Representatives or anything 100% of the time. You know when we need it? Maybe once a year. 1 month out of the year, people can gather whoever's elected, and if everything is happening or if something major is going on, then yeah, okay, maybe for a month they can do something. But other than that, nothing ever major is going on. Guess what? Life would continue with the government on or off regardless. You know what I mean? You can disperse the FBI in all these places. You can get rid of the House of Representatives, and you could just have state-by-state standings where each state manages themselves as if they were their own countries. Why? Europe does it. They already have destroyed the social contract that is supposed to bind the United States of America together. We're not, United States of America. We're United Slaves of America. That's what we really are. We're the United Slaves of America. So you know what we should be? We should just be the States of America. There is no more United. It's the States of America. That's what I would really push. That's really one of the things that I'm going to push is the States of America. There's no more United. I'm done with this. I'm tired of this. Where Texas can have its own military. And guess what? Any other state, if you want to be a fag state, you just want to have a bunch of homos in there, and you just want to be reprobate central, guess what? Your state can do that. Guess what? We'll build a massive wall around our states so your reprobateness and all your diseased, famine areas can die out, and when you're all gone and everything, we'll just go get free land all over again. Just like how when... what was it called? When they had all those people go across the Oklahoma plains. I'm trying to remember that. And they were like doing the state claim. Slipping my mind for a second. But it doesn't matter. We could have another one of those when all those people are gone. And they're just think about that. So if they can't afford their debts or anything because they're mismanaged, man, why can't Texas like buy up California and just have a bigger version of Texas because we own California now because they were too irresponsible to manage their debts and they can't pay anything off, and that's usually what happens when you lose everything. So I don't understand that. Why is it that we need to be dominated? I'm kind of sick and tired of it. We're going to be the States of America, and that's final. Don't worry, the last act of presidency. We're only going to have one more president after that. And I hope I get elected because I will be the last president. I will make the States of America. I will disband everything. I will hang all the traitors. I will clean up the mess. And you better believe I will. Because that is why that will ultimately prevent anybody from getting in there who has some serious intentions about changing this pathetic system.